Hey guys, Jocelyn here with Fantasia Elegance. I've got another jewelry tutorial for you, and I have been getting some requests to do something involving an owl design. So today I'm going to be showing you how to do two different styles of owl pendant necklaces. A horned owl and then any type of other owl you might want, barn owl, barred owl, basically any owl that doesn't have horns on it. So we're going to be doing two styles, and I am going to be referencing in this tutorial these outlines. I'm going to include a link in the description section below to where you can actually download this template that I've made. And if you can't see that, go ahead and click the See More button. That should expand it so you can find the link to where you can go and download these. And it's pretty simple. You're just going to need one kind of wire. For the horned owl, you're just going to need 20 gauge round dead soft wire for this guy. And for the other one, you're going to need 20 gauge round dead soft wire plus some 26 gauge to do this little wrapping right here. And you're also going to need some sort of bead for the eyes. I went ahead and used 6mm fiber optic or cat's eye black beads. And again, I will put a link in the description section below where you can go to find these exact beads if you want to get that same thing. But any 6mm bead should work, as long as the hole in the center is large enough for you to put the 20 gauge wire through it. You'll also need some tools. I'm going to be using round nose pliers, flush cutters, and chain nose pliers. As always, I do have the exact brands and where you can buy these in the description section below, so you can go ahead and check that out. Optionally, you may want to have a steel bench block and jeweler's hammer. This is going to help make the piece look a little bit more finished, a little bit sturdier, but these are optional. If you don't have them, that's totally fine as well. So let's go ahead and do the horned owl design first. So I'm going to pull out my 20 gauge wire, and I do get my wires from Rio Grande generally. So there's the tag you can see there. And we're just going to cut a 7-inch piece of this. Might be able to get by with 6.5, but I want to make sure we have plenty. So I'm going to do 7 inches, and that is just about 18 centimeters for those of you doing the metric system. And I'm also going to go ahead and cut some other pieces for the frame outline, just so we have them all cut and ready to go. So we're also going to need a 1.5-inch piece. Oops, let me show you that in metric. So that's 1.5 inches, just about 4 centimeters. So we'll cut that. And as always, I do recommend the first time you make any design, you cut a little bit more wire than you think you're going to need, just until you get the feel of it to make sure you don't run out. And then we're also going to do a 3-inch piece, and that's just about 8 centimeters. There we go. So you should have 3 pieces of wire now. I'm going to go ahead and set these 2 short ones to the side. And we're going to start with our long piece. And this is where you're going to want to pull out your template, which you hopefully have downloaded by now. And you can draw this yourself. If you want to do that, let me just give you the measurements real quick. So if you decide you want to just draw this yourself, it's going to be about 1.1 inches across there, just for your frame of reference, about 3 centimeters. But again, you can go and download this, and I'll have the link below for that. So what we're going to do is start by making this, this face shape, and we're going to start right at the bottom of the beak. So to do that, I'm just going to bend this wire right in half. You want to make sure you get it evenly so that you have the exact center. Just like so. I'm going to take my chain nose pliers and just squeeze this on down to make a nice sharp point. There we go. And then we're going to open these back up just a bit. And basically we're just going to follow this outline all the way around, shaping as we go. So I'm going to use my round nose pliers to pop this open just a little bit more. And at this point I'm going to switch over to my round nose pliers because we need to put some nice curves in. Another thing you can do, you can even lay this right on top and kind of use your fingers to shape it as well. This does only work with dead soft wire, of course. Otherwise you'll need a tool to shape it. And now we're going to start arching these back up. Get kind of a nice swooping shape going on there. Alright, so to do these next points, we're going to do the same thing we did for the beak. I'm just going to kind of place my pliers right at the tip there to mark it. And we're going to do another nice sharp bend, just like so. And we'll go ahead and do the same thing on the other side. And if you don't get it positioned perfectly, you can go ahead and tweak it a little bit before making the final crimp. But I think that is pretty good. So now I'm going to go ahead and do the same thing we did for the beak. I'm just going to grip with my chain nose pliers and squeeze that on down to make a very tight crimp in there to have a nice sharp point. And do the same thing on the other side. And we're just going to continue shaping, comparing it to the pattern as we go until we get to the eyeballs. Alright, and to start this swirl, I'm going to switch back over to my round nose pliers. Okay, and at this point I'm going to remove the pattern so you can focus a little bit better on what I'm doing. Because now that we've got it symmetrical, we can pretty much freehand the rest. So basically we're going to insert the beads for the eyes now. So what I'm going to do is kind of visualize where I want this to sit. And we're going to thread it onto the end of this wire here. We're going to bend that down and then stick the bead on it. So just looking where I want that to sit, I'm going to tighten this up just a smidge. I'm going to take this wire and bend it straight down. And then wherever it crosses over here, we can trim off that excess. Just like that, and we'll do the same thing on this other side. So we have our face shape. All we need to do is actually insert the eyes, but what I'm going to do first is hammer this out a little bit, just to give it a bit more stability and make it look a little bit more finished. If you don't have a steel bench block, that's fine. You can skip this step, but I'll just go ahead and do that real quick. Alright, I'm pretty happy with that. So we're going to insert the eyes now, and to do that I'm just going to take this end here. I'm going to tilt it up just enough that we can slide on one of our 6mm beads. And you do want to make sure that before you select your bead it actually fits on your 20 gauge wire. If it doesn't, you can use a bead reamer or something to enlarge that hole a little bit. And pearls would work very well for this also. Just depends on the color and look you're going for. But I kind of like these shiny black glass beads. So I just bent it back down. I'm just going to sink it in so that it's not going to go anywhere. It can't fall off the end. And we've got one eye in there. So let's do the same thing on the other side. So let's go ahead and make the frame that's actually going to form the rest of the head around this face shape. And to do that, we're just very simply going to be putting these bends into the pieces of wire we cut earlier. Your 1.5 inch and your 3 inch pieces. So the shorter one will make this little bend, and the longer one will make this bend. So I'm just going to go ahead and start putting that bend into these, and you can compare them with the outline as needed to make sure you get the right arch in there. And if you're having trouble doing this, you can just switch over to your round nose pliers, no problem. So I'm just going to make sure I've got the right curve in there. That's maybe a little bit steeper than I need it to be. There we go, perfect. And we'll do the same thing with that longer piece. And you can also shape this around some round object if you like. And I'm going to hammer these as well, but I'm not going to hammer all the way to the ends because we're going to be wrapping these. So I'm kind of just going to make a mental note where these spaces are and only hammer out about that far. And same thing on this upper piece. I'll leave these ends unhammered. Right, so we're going to be attaching this to make the head of the owl. What we're going to do is actually wrap these ends of wire around here to fasten it on, and you can kind of see where those attachment points are going to be. We'll just be wrapping the ends of this piece right around here and here. And to do that, I'm just going to, again, using the template, that needs to be spread out a little bit more. I'm just going to go where that white space begins, and I'll use that as a marker to flip these ends down, just like that. And then we'll just drop that right over here like so. And we're going to start wrapping these around. So I'm going to use my fingers to kind of hold that on there while I start wrapping that edge. Just like that. And then you can pinch it down. And you might need to twist it around and tuck it in through there to get another wrap. I like to do at least 2 wraps. And before I tighten that down too much, I'm just going to make sure that we're centered here. You can see you can still kind of slide around where it is. I'm going to make sure that we're centered so we have the same distance here and here. And that does look pretty good. So now I'm just going to squeeze that to kind of cement it in where it is so it can't slide around anymore. And I'm happy with just the 2 wraps there, so I'm going to trim off the excess on the back. And just squish that down so we don't have any rough edges. Just like so. And we'll do the exact same thing on the other side over here. So as before, I'm going to use my template to know where to put some little bends in this. And this bottom portion is actually going to go under the beak like that. So I will position it like that. It's going to be something like this, and let's go ahead and start attaching it up here. And as before, we're going to do 2 wraps there and then trim off the excess on the back. Now it's a little lopsided here, no worries. I'm just going to use my chain nose pliers to reposition this a little bit. Okay, so I like that better. I just basically took a little bit of this distance and moved it over here so that we had a little bit more length in this arc. And now I'm going to go ahead and attach at this point as well. And again, trimming off that excess on the back. And there we go. You may need to recenter this a little bit just by pushing on it. And you can kind of just tweak things to how you like them. And there you have a little horned owl pendant. As far as turning this into a necklace, it's pretty simple. I would just go ahead and attach a chain to either end of his horns here. Let me show you how I did that on this little guy. I just used some jump rings to attach some lengths of chain, and then did, you know, whatever length necklace you want and put a clasp on there. I do have a tutorial on how to make your own clasps if you're interested in that. You can click the little like lowercase I and the gray circle. It should be in the upper right hand corner of your screen.